Happy New Year, everybody. It's January 2018. It's off to a great new year. I'm so excited to bring you my Shanna's Sweet Treats. And I'm so excited to introduce you to a brand new catalog this year. Today is January 3rd, and it's the launch of the new Occasions catalog and Celebration. And so, of course, my sweet treats, I have brand new sweet treats available, and I'm going to use these wonderful little pandas that are offered in the Celebration catalog. If you're wondering what Celebration is, it's Stampin' Up's biggest sale of the year that goes on from January 3rd to March 31st. It's launched at the same time as the new Occasions catalog is launched. Now, the Occasions catalog will go from January 3rd to June, and so that one will go a little bit longer. But for every $50 you spend, whether you get it in the Occasions catalog or the annual catalog, you get a free item from the Celebration catalog. Now, this year they have introduced a couple items that you can have if you spend $100. They're back here in the book with a little orange sticker. So you have to spend $100. There's some new dies. Those are really cool. So if you spend $100, you can get one of those instead. But everything else in this catalog, and there's our little pandas, they are $50. So I thought it would be fun to make my sweet treat this month available using the little pandas. So now I have made, since I'm using the pandas on a circle and a square image, you easily could use a different image if you wanted to from the catalog, because they're such great. Oh my gosh, I've got these birds ordered. I'm going to be making, I have this birdie here ordered, and the first thing that I ordered that I will be making a card for my swap card, so watch for that. The next video I make, I'm going to be doing is this Magical Day. This was the first stamp set I ordered, and I will be doing a swap card with that here later on this week. So let's get started with these cute little pandas. I'm using some DSP paper from the annual catalog, so just to show you, you can mix and match up what you're using. So we're going to use paper. We're going to start with the Fresh Florals paper, which is our in colors, and we're going to start with our little panda here. We're using Tranquil Tide, but you could use any color if you wanted to make this on your own. You will, as you know, with my sweet treats, if you spend $25 or more using the host code, which I will have below, you get my sweet treats in the mail with a thank you card for being one of my customers, which I truly appreciate. My local customers who take my stamp class that I offer once a month, they get one of these along with their orders also. So we're going to take a 5.5 by 8.5, fold it in half to make it a quarter. And then we're going to take a 4 by 5.25 white, that one did not get cut properly. So, and some snail adhesive. That one's going to go right there. Then on my layer that's going to go right here, I've got some powder pink This is our powder pink finely woven ribbon, and I'm just going to take a little bit of Scotch tape here, 2 pieces, and I'm going to just layer that at the bottom, fold it over with a piece of tape, and then do the other side. Got that one just a little bit too tight, looks like. And then add some tape to that. And then that one's going to go right on top also. Then I'm using, I cut out a circle using our stitched shaped dies. That you get all 3 ovals, circles, and squares in that. It's great to have. And I'm using the layered circles. I used a scallop out of that with our powdered pink. So I just took our little panda here. We're going to use some archival black. Now you have to make sure you ink these little guy up because of that black. He's so solid. So I'm just going to kind of find a nice circle-y spot. Make sure I give him a good rub. I pre-ordered a Stamparatus, so hopefully I have something on my stamp. That's okay. Gives him some character. Then there's a little bitty high you can see right there, and it fits perfect right in my little, make sure I got it stamped. I want to make sure I got my high the right way, but if you line it up right between his paws, it fits just perfect. So I'm going to give him a quick wave because I don't want to smear my ink there. So I'm just sticking snail on the back of this, and then I'm just putting that on my oval. And then I have some Stampin' Dimensionals here that I'm going to put on the back of my oval. This card came together really fast, so this is a nice fast card. I'm going to stick that right there. There's these little dots. I guess it's square dot star. I just wanted a little accent, so I got my Tranquil Tide. Oh, where's my other piece of white? So you don't have to put the white on the inside, but it is a darker card, so I'm going to go ahead and just layer a piece of white on the inside. And then I just thought a nice little accent on the inside just to add some character. So that's what I did there. Now, I'm not quite done. I'd like a little bit more here, so I'm going to tie a bow down here at the bottom. Now you could either do a square knot or tie a full bow, whichever one you feel comfortable with. And then I am going to give you some pearls. And I just kind of lined them up in between the little diamond shapes here on my paper. Now, I happen to have the markers for this in color set, so I wanted to color my little heart. You can do it. I did Tranquil Tide, but you could do the pink also if you wanted. And just to add a little bit more oomph, I had, here it is, I got the fine tip glue pen, and I decided to take and fill in his eyeball. So when it dries, his eyes will be a little bit glossy. I don't know if this one's dried because I just did it a while ago, so I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's what I did. I think you can, this one I think's drier. I did just the whites of this guy's eyes, but this one I did the whole black part, and that card's already done. So let's move on to our next one. So this one's folded a little bit different. We still have the 8.5 by 5, but we're going to score it a little bit differently, and I want to show you. So our trimmer, our Stampin' Tripper, comes with a cutting blade and a scoring blade. So they do have a scoreboard also, but I haven't purchased that because, you know, this one does both. So what we're going to do is take and go to the 2 1/4 mark and score. Flip the paper over and go to 2 1/4 again and score. Now, when you get your sweet treats from me, this paper will not be scored, so you'll have to do that scoring on your own. You do get all the papers pre-cut, but not that scoring won't happen. So this paper will overlap each other there. So we're going to set those pieces, these little pieces aside for a moment. Now, in here, the one thing is this ribbon here. This is just out of the striped ribbon, out of the holiday catalog. Don't normally use retired products, but it was too super cute, and I had to because it went with the black and white pandas. So you will get a piece from me, so you don't have to worry about having it. So I'm going to layer this on the inside of the card. So this big piece, yellow piece here, is going to go on our inside base, and I'm just layering it across the bottom. So our inside finish piece ended up being 4 by 5 1/4. So this inside base here is 3 3/4. I'm going to give it a little bit extra because of my ribbon. And I'm just going to layer it on the inside here now. Okay, these two pieces are 2 by 5 1/4. And they're going to go on top. like that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut my banner out so I can do my stamping. This is a banner punch. And I will put both the banners in your sweet treat, and then you can choose which one you're using. I'm just going to use the bottom one. And I actually need a piece of black. I forgot, so let me grab. Piece of black also. Okay, so now we're going to take our white piece here, and we are going to grab our black ink again. Make sure when you're opening you push the dots and pop it open. And again, make sure you ink up your little panda guy really good, because he's got lots of black space down there. And it's going to take all of this square because it was a tight squeeze. Make sure to give him a really good rub. That Stamparatus is really going to be nice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and re-stamp my balloon, and you'll get a couple extra little pieces of scrap there. These are for some extra balloons. So this little guy is going to go right here on my black layer. And then these are so easy to just cut out. You're just going to trim right around the balloon. Don't worry about the string. Strings are easy to draw. We don't care about strings. Alright, we're going to take this guy, and I'm actually going to use I'm going to go ahead and use some, you can use the snail adhesive, but if you want to make sure it's just extra durable, go ahead and use some tearaway tape or fast fuse, but only put it on the top half of your little guy here, because you don't want, you'll glue your whole card down. So you can only, we only want it adhesive on the top part. Now I've got 3 yellows here. I'm going to take the lightest one first, color my balloon in. all the way. Then I'm taking the second one and I'm coloring bottom part. And my darkest one, just doing a little bit. Like that. Now, my balloons here. I have some, these aren't the minis, these are actually from a paper pumpkin kit, so don't ever throw your dimension and little things away. And now now's the perfect time if you don't want to be a monthly subscriber to Paper Pumpkin and you want to pre-buy just a prepay Paper Pumpkin, that counts towards your celebrations. I did that last year. I bought like a year's subscription, and then you get like this big you still get that 50. It counts towards every 50, so you get a big old honker thing of rewards when you pre-buy, especially 6 months or a year subscription to Paper Pumpkin. Get a year, and then every year you get the rewards because you buy in January. That's like the best thing to do your Paper Pumpkin. So there's our little guy there. And then I'm going to grab my ink real quick here. We're just going to do happy birthday right here on this little banner. And I'm going to slap me some tape. And I'm going to put this banner. I didn't let that ink dry fast enough. See, that's why you have to, that ink is wet for a little bit, so gotta blow on it or something, make sure it's dry. Slap my tape right there, so that way I don't flip it over. Except now I got tape a little high. There we go. Alright, so here's my dimensionals. And this one is going to go down here. And there you go. There are our cards for this month's Sweet Treats. Using, oh, no, you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of glossy accents on his eyeballs. But I'm only going to put it on the whites of his eyes. Fine tip glue pen right there. Make sure you put the lid back on that really fast. So these are the Sweet Treats for January. Don't forget, if you spend $25 or more, use the hostess code. But if you spend $150, don't use the hostess code. You'll still get the Sweet Treats and probably an extra gift. From me, make sure you don't put no contacts, so that way I know who you are. And you will get a thank you card also. And you will get to pick out a celebration, and you get these cute little pandas for yourself. It's shannasweets.stampinup.net is my shopping page, and also my blog will be listed below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not already doing so. I appreciate you visiting me today. And if you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like one of these catalogs, feel free to email me. Thank you. Bye.